I used to think that there were days that I could make progress toward my goals and days that I couldn't because of my energy levels. I'm definitely very in tune with my energy and my emotions, and I feel like a lot of us girlies are, but that can get in the way of making, like, moving the needle toward your goals on days where you feel off. So, in today's episode of Strawberry of the Day, which is my little podcast where we talk about all things self compassionate self development. So if you like that, stick around, hit subscribe. We're going to be talking about the ways that I have figured out how to feel like I make progress and how to make actual progress toward my goals, even on days that I don't feel up to it, honestly. So let's dive into it with the help of our dear friend, ChatGPT. We love her, we know her. We will get into how she comes into the picture later, but for now, I want to talk about how I came to this realization that there are ways to make progress toward goals even on bad days. So, I recently had kind of a crash out, like a pretty big crash, like a hospitalized crash out, and I've been open about it because I don't think enough people are open about mental health in that level on the internet. But I have bipolar, and I had a little manic depression, whole thing blow up. And this was triggered by a few things I won't get into. But basically, since I've been getting out of it, I have wanted to get back on my game and get working toward my goals again. But there are days where I'm just like, I can hardly function. I can barely get out of bed. Scrap it. There's nothing I can do today that is going to get my house in order at all. I can't do anything to increase my health. There's nothing I can do about my money. There's nothing I can do. Like all the different areas, life areas where we might have goals. And you feel like there's just nothing I can do because I don't have the energy today. There is something you can do. There's always something you can do. And you can figure it out by creating an energy matrix. That's where ChatGPT comes in. Because I love the capability of using the voice, like the voice note. This is me holding my phone to voice noting. And basically, what you want to do is describe your state on your low energy days, your medium energy days, and your high energy days to chat. And that sounds ridiculous. And kind of describe like what your feelings are generally. Like, do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel depression? Do you feel sluggish? And then you want to dictate your goals in each category of your life. So I have divided up my life into these categories that I like to reference on this channel: home, health, wealth, people, projects, fun, and future. My 7 categories. And you want to dictate your goals in those categories and then tell it, her, she's a she, ChatGPT is a girl, to reverse engineer a table, matrix, whatever you want to call it, of ways you can progress toward your goals even on those days that you feel low, medium, or high energy. So I did this, and seeing the results was so validating. I am not even kidding when I say I didn't print it out because I don't have a printer, but I wrote out the matrix on a piece of paper and I put it on my fridge, because seeing your goals actually broken down into steps that you can manage on bad days, on like literally just maintenance stay alive days, it is so validating to someone who is struggling with mental health. And I'm not per se like really struggling, like really in it anymore. I'm definitely coming out of it. But I still have those dips and those days where it gets hard. Oh my gosh, the light just changed. Just got dark outside, and my little studio lights just got so much brighter. My lord. Um, but I basically let this little matrix run my life for a few days. I woke up and went about my morning. That's not true. I woke up and journaled and decided if I was feeling low, medium, or high energy. And by energy, it's not necessarily, I don't necessarily just mean like how much, like I could run a marathon right now or I could clean the whole house. I have a bunch of energy. It's more your mental state, and your physical state is part of that. And I definitely think they're intertwined, but just really spending some time first in the day getting clear on what your mental state is, and then just looking at the menu that ChatGPT has given you and seeing what is on the menu for today. So for example, my low energy day the other day on my fitness, for my fitness goals, I have some lofty fitness goals. It said take a 15-minute walk and eat one high protein meal. And I was like, oh, that's doable. Like I can do that, and that is still going to progress me toward my goals. And I don't have to go, oh, I feel like shit today. I'm just going to scrap the whole thing. Like, or on a medium energy day, when you're like, I don't really know what I'm feeling, I think I could rally for like, I could try to have a good day, mentally good day, you know what I mean? But it just feels like a lot. It kind of gives you options. So I think the options for fitness were a full lifting session or a 30 to 45-minute incline walk. And I kind of, on my medium energy day, I was like, I get to choose. And that element of choice, like you can tell it to add choices to any level of this matrix, but that element of knowing I don't have to every single day have a full lift and a full walk to get me toward my goals is so relieving. It is just so validating and relieving. And I highly recommend that you use the power of ChatGPT and the power of knowing yourself and knowing how your emotions affect you to get in touch with yourself and your goals and see how you can make progress toward them even on hard days. So, strawberry of the day was figuring that shit out. And I wanted to say, if you like content like this, hacks, tips, tricks, whatever, my thoughts about how to navigate life after a little bit of a crisis, after a little bit of a hard season, which is kind of what this podcast has turned into. First of all, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear if you want to hear more of this kind of stuff, and if you have any questions or queries that you've been dealing with, if you're also coming out of a hard season, because I want to provide the tools that I have used that have helped me to you. So in order to do that, I need to know what tools you need. So leave me a comment, and if you like this video, you would probably like my video about how I'm getting out of a rut intentionally. I think that's what it's called, because God, Lord knows it's been a rut. So thank you for tuning in to Strawberry of the Day. My light is back now that I'm done talking. But, and now my coffee's cold. But I'm gonna go check out what ChatGPT says for me to do on my medium energy days because I'm feeling a little mid, to be honest. But that's okay. We all have mid days. But I hope you have a good day. And I'll see you in the next one.